Hey guys, and welcome to this brand new video. Question: have you ever wondered how a trading system that was created in the 1970s could work on the Bitcoin market? Hi, we are the Unger Academy, and we teach traders how to make money in the markets. Our founder, Andrea Unger, had been struggling with trading for years until he developed his automated trading method, which he used to become the only 4-time world trading champion. Subscribe to our channel for free tips and tricks. Welcome everybody, I'm one of the coaches of Unger Academy. And before we start, if you haven't done it yet, I invite you to please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to stay updated on the release of all our new content. So, people have been talking quite a bit about Bitcoin recently, especially in periods when new all-time highs are touched. At Unger Academy, we're constantly looking for market edges and advantages to exploit with trading systems. So we just asked ourselves, what would happen if we had to take a look at a trading system that was created in the 1970s and applied it, as it is, to the Bitcoin chart? The trading system that we're talking about is Wilder Wallace's Parabolic SAR, and SAR or SAR standing for stop and reverse. In this approach, prices are analyzed as downward and upward peaks called significant points, or SIPs. So what we need to do is study the chart and find the retracement points. For example, in this case, you can see a local low here, which will become the level for closing the long position. And the long position is opened when the level of the short position is broken through. As you can see here, there was a SAR in this direction that was broken through. So our trading system goes long at this point, and then it will go short if the price breaks again through the parabolic SAR levels we found starting from this local low. Now, how are these points calculated? By using some parameters based on price movements. I don't go into much detail about how to calculate them because this indicator can be found on any platform, from multi-charts to TradeStation, but this is the indicator with its custom settings, as you can find it on multi-charts. We just changed a few colors. So let's see how the system performs with the entries and exits based on the parabolic SARs. Let's add our signal, which I have already set using the custom values. I created a trading system based on a fixed monetary entry, so given the price of Bitcoin, which has changed, well, quite a lot over time, we'll use the same monetary value for each position. So for each position, we'll use a counter value of about $100,000, just to give the same weight to the prices of a few years ago compared to today's prices. The trading system is based on a stop and reverse concept, which means that it's constantly trading and exits long positions when short ones are opened and vice versa. Let's see how this trading system performs using the exact settings suggested by Wilder Wallace, the creator of the parabolic SAR indicator. The equity curve we get is not excellent, but it isn't losing either. The long trades perform much better, which is obvious since going long on Bitcoin has always been advantageous, well, at least until now. The performance of the short trades is a bit disappointing. However, this is obvious if we consider the characteristics of Bitcoin. By the way, we haven't even yet considered all the pieces of advice Wallace gave us in the late 1970s when he created this indicator. At the end of his book, in which he explained how this trading system works, Wallace wrote that this system should be applied mainly to directional markets. So, markets such as Bitcoin, and that the directionality of the market could be determined by using the directional movement index. We've already talked about the directional movement index in one of our previous videos. I'm going to leave the link here at the top right so you can go and watch it. So what we'll do now is add this parameter to improve our trading system and make it suitable as possible for a highly directional market in which strong trends develop often. So let's add a directional movement condition and calculate the system's new entry and exit signals based on the filter that uses the directional movement index. So let's go and see what happens. The equity curve of the short trades isn't losing anymore, but it's still almost constant, so it has ups and downs. The equity curve of the long trades has improved dramatically, and the overall equity has also improved significantly. Note that we haven't added any kind of stop loss or taken a profit yet. So there's absolutely nothing but the parameters suggested by Wilder Wallace in the late 70s when Bitcoin didn't even exist as an idea. Just for the sake of completeness, let me show you the code that we're using. In this line, we calculate the parabolic SARs I used for the long and short entries. In line 6, we calculate the directional movement to identify the filter based on the plus directional index, minus directional index for the long and short direction respectively. At this point, we can go ahead and add a monetary stop loss. For example, one based on the average monetary excursion of the last n bars. We set our stop loss by introducing a simple variable and calculating its value by multiplying the average range of the last 10 bars by the big point value of the instrument and then by 2 to give the position some room to develop. Then we add a set stop contract instruction and the keyword to activate the stop loss at the end. Let's compile the strategy and go and see what happens. As you can see, the stops have appeared, and let's see how the strategy reacts. Well, it is definitely better than before. The equity curve of the long trades is performing better and better, and even the equity of the short trades is making some money. I mean, what can I say? This trading system is very simple. It can be coded in 5 minutes and is based on an idea from the late 1970s. Wow. Look, it seems to be working pretty well on Bitcoin, and it would also be interesting to test it on the altcoins to figure out whether this approach on a cryptocurrency portfolio makes sense or not. Be it as it may, what I'd like to tell you now is this. Could it be that any approach works on this market? Is it easier to beat the classic buy and hold strategy than in more mature markets? At Unger Academy, we tested this system using the method of the 4-time world trading champion Andrea Unger. And if you too would like to know more about this world, you can find a link in the description of this video that will take you to a completely free webinar in which Andrea Unger himself will introduce you to the world of systematic trading. Thanks so much for watching this video, and if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel. Click on that little bell to stay updated on all the new videos we release, and we will see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.